Well, hello, everybody. Welcome, y'all. It is Women's History Month, and we are making history. Do you know, as a woman, you make history every time you get up? Every time that you make that decision to get out and make your mark on the world, you are making history. For every kind word that you speak, for everybody that you lift up, you are making history. For every child that you speak to, whether you birth them or not, you are making history. So today, I want to honor you. I want to congratulate you. I want to speak life to you. If nobody today has told you, good job, great job, you all that and a bag of chips, I am here to tell you that today. I want you to walk today with your head held high, regardless if you are watching this in the morning, in the evening, in the noonday. It does not matter. I want you to just take on that stature of walking with your head held high, because you are the queen. You are regal. You are, ooh, yes, honey. If nobody else is going to tell you, I am here to give it to you today. You are great. You are awesome. But y'all, today our guest is coming to us all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. She's my girl. You know, we got a story to tell, but that story is not for today. Trust and believe, we have had some adventures together. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring up, y'all, this chick is a beast in her area. She kills it. And like I've said, I don't know which episode that you are seeing, whether this is your first one or your last, but it does not matter. I promise you, somebody that you are going to see is going to be the person that you need to help you fix your problem. But most of all, like I always love to say, the answer to what you need to catapult you to your next level. Well, let's, without further ado, Miss Ruth. Hey, girl. What's up?
What's up? I mean, it's been it's been ages, eons. I mean, it's absolutely an amazing pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's been so good to speak to the Church Girl CEO community and the rest of the world, right? So every woman who's here is Women's History Month. Congratulations. Adjust your crown, heads up, chins out. You're a queen. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. One thing that I had like a flash of thought when I was thinking around the Women's History Month. For every woman, Marie Curie, those who are like the women who are like iconic. When they were doing the things they were doing, they didn't realize that they were making history. And so it's the same thing for every one of us right now. So whatever you're doing, you're making history, because 5, 10, 20, 50 years from now, something that you're doing today will make a difference in someone else's life.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That was phenomenal. Yeah, that was phenomenal, because you know what? When they were doing it, they just thought we just doing something. They didn't think that, oh, we gonna change the world. So that is so awesome, especially when now that we are beginning to look at the history of a lot of the women that have, even the women leaders in Africa. And it's almost to the point, especially those of us in the US, we didn't know about these women, so to hear some of the stories that are being told, it's almost giving you that extra sense of power, like, hey, these are my ancestors. So, I should be walking around. I can be a warrior. That's why I got this fight in me. So, without further ado, Ruth, I want you to go ahead, introduce yourself, tell the people what you do and why you do it. Y'all get ready, because it's going to blow your socks off what she got to say.
Thank you, Coach Debs. I mean, my name is Ruth Zubairu. I am the founder of the Adoza Visibility Company. We help seasoned professionals or people who are individuals who have exceptional experiences grow an online business through coaching, consulting, or mentoring. So if you're someone who you have an exceptional story, you have a wealth of experience, you want to share it with the world through coaching, mentoring, or consulting, I'm your girl. And so we help you set up the whole back end without you getting frustrated about what tech to use, what tech not to use. I always tell the story about how I started because when I first started out, my first degree is in human anatomy. I mean, that's like the medical part. And then right now, I run an online marketing business. So it's miles apart. So I've gone from being a, I didn't know what a URL was. As simple as a URL right now, I didn't know what it was way back in 2015. And so I had to be asking those seemingly simple questions that some people might feel dumb questions. So I understand how to get people comfortable with learning how to navigate the world of tech because I've been there. And so I'm also the founder of Sambe, content generator that helps content creators and business automate their content creation. I'm so excited about ChatGPT because it makes my work easier. So when I try to explain what Sambe is, I just tell people, you know what ChatGPT does. That's what we do for business, And it's been an absolute pleasure to see how to build these tools, to use tech basically as a tool to help one person, 10 people, 100 people, a company to maximize their time and then create more profit, more influence, and visibility. Because if you're not seen, if you're not as visible as you should be, then your light is covered. The background scripture that I always talk about when I talk about what I do, why I do what I do is Matthew 5:16. Bible says, "Let your light so shine, men, that they will see your good work and glorify your Father which is in heaven." And so, if what God has given to me, it's my gift, it's my talent, my responsibility is for me to allow my light to shine. And how do I do that? By standing in the best vantage position ever. So I need to be placed at the places and platforms where people can see me so that they will give glory to God for my life. And so that's really the why behind what I do. And so in helping businesses and individuals get seen, we explore platforms, especially global platforms that maybe your website or Facebook group. We can help these platforms in order for you to reach more people, get the credibility of being out there on the major platforms and publications, and then use that to build your community, to build your growth path so that you're building something that is long lasting and leaves your name in the sands of time. So thank you, Coach Debs, for that.
Oh, that's awesome. So since you the tech guru, y'all, let me tell you, I used to holler. She was like, "Well, we can get some bots to do this." I said, "Some bots? I ain't doing no bots. I'm confused." So she was like the bot guru. She helped us out with a lot of stuff. And I want to ask you about this new situation. Especially with the AI rising up for everybody. Everybody's talking about do AI this, AI that. How do you what would you recommend to someone that is just getting started in this whole tech field? Not saying that they really want to do it themselves, but how to have that intelligent conversation, especially around getting AI, artificial intelligence, to do some things for them, especially in that writing space. What advice would you give?
Yeah, so my advice would be, what is your why? Why are you in business? What is your and what do you want to achieve? Because the truth is, these tools are here to stay. It's not they're not an option. Eventually they will become the option. And so what is your strategy for finding a way to bring them to your use. So it is not to run after the tools, it's to ensure that the tools work. So there you control the narrative, you control a lot of all of these tools. Like if thinking, yeah, I can use this tool, I can do this, and then it runs on autopilot. I always tell coaches, consultants, mentors, or people who want to build their platforms using AI tools, I always tell them, you need to control the narrative. You need to be there has to be a third party, there has to be your input. So you can use verbatim what the AI tool has generated. So there has to be your input. So what we even do with Sambe is there is a customized questionnaire that has your audience frustrations. It has, so you need to know, okay, what are my audience frustration? What's my objective? What do I want them to achieve with my content when they read my content? You know that you would know how to ask the right questions on these platforms, and then you can then tweak whatever has been given to you so that it fits the purpose. So you're not just copy and paste, because it takes away your authenticity. People can literally see through your content, and they know when it's a refuse dump for AI tools. I mean, so two finance coaches can use the same AI tool and get two different outputs because of how each of them is using and creating their content using those tools. So you have to be in charge of the narrative. So you're using you're not handing it over totally, you're not delegating totally, but you, on the strategy part, very much in control of how the narrative is built.
I love it because so many times, because I'll play around with stuff, but then eventually I'll be like, look, y'all, I need somebody to do this. So it's like it's really cool because you have to be able to put your spin on that AI tool. And so if what
Exactly.
advice would you give somebody that's just starting out in their business and they want to get some visibility on some different platforms? I know I worked with you when I think we did a guest blogging thing. And that was like really, really cool.
Yeah.
Y'all, she keeps me busy. I just want to let y'all know. Yeah. So she fusses at me. So know that, yeah, I'm the coach and I still take it. I still get coached. So what advice would you give them about getting on different platforms to increase their visibility? Yes, I'm a visibility coach, and yes, I do work with somebody else that does visibility, but her area expertise is different from mine. So that's how, okay, y'all, we're gonna talk about collaboration later, but that's how you collaborate with the people in your circle. So
Yeah.
what advice would you give them trying to launch out into this whole big sphere of visibility or getting on different platforms? Just maybe one or two tips for that.
Okay, so thank you, Coach Debs. What I would advise the, anyone who's starting out is that don't discount your experience. Many people think that for me to get on the big stages, I have to have been online. I have to have everything perfect. I have to have my website. I have to have my brand kits. I have to have all of that. But you don't. You have to have your message. You have to know who that message is for, and then you have to have your methodology of how to convert those who would read into potential leads or clients. Your the methodology that you're going to use in converting them, and you have to know what it is that you're going to be talking about. So how then do you now start? The truth is, know who it is that your message is for. So if you're a health and fitness coach, you need to find out, so who am I speaking to? health and fitness, am I speaking to the newbie moms who want to take away baby fat? Am I speaking to the older aged that want to be fit so that they don't have sickness track? Am I speaking to, so you, those two people, yeah, they have two different target audience. And so when you want to grow your visibility, you want to ensure that you're in the sweet spot of the very who you want to work with eventually as clients. So if your focus is on people who are newbie moms, you have no business getting into the space where there are the oldies, because you don't have you don't have your coaching for them. It would be blown to the wind. So every effort needs to be managed. Every platform you're thinking, how best can I, in terms of I'm reaching, I know my target audience is here, and so I want to be able to show up with the content that they will find useful, so much so that they will be willing to follow me back to my email list, to download a freebie, to click on my link for a clarity call or something to just have a chat with me. That's really the idea. So you have to have a plan for your visibility. So you're not just showing up for showing up sake. It is I always use the example of the hook and the magnet. So if you're always thinking social media, that's all I do. Social media is just like a hook. When you post, then that's when they see you. But if you're looking at the magnet theory, when you put a magnet into a bucket where there are metal objects, it attracts them, and it doesn't just pull one, it pulls a lot more than one. So you need to ensure that you're creating your content and putting it on platforms that make your content act like a magnet as opposed to a hook, so that that content, as long as it remains there, it works in your favor. So you need to put it out the best of your expertise and experience out there, so that you are seen and recognized as the thought leader and the expert that you are, and people are willing to then take the next step to have a chat with you, to download a freebie, to do some work with you. That's really how it works.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm definitely getting ready to start. I'm latching on to this magnet theory. That is amazing. I love that because I never even thought about it from that perspective. So yes. So for our last question, y'all, let me tell you, me, Ruth and I can sit around and talk all day. So I'm just gonna let y'all know. But for our last question to wrap up our session, when you hear Church Girl CEO, what does that mean to you?
Church girl CEO. I mean, it has a special place in my heart. First of all, because I'm a church girl, so I was my father was a pastor, and so you know how, oh yeah, church girl. But it what it means that there is a confluence of faith, gender, and business, and so it's where we have commonality. We're all believers. We all believe we have shared the same faith, and then we share similar experiences. So there is that firm sense of belonging. There's that sense of ownership and, yeah, camaraderie. I wanted to say brotherhood, but it's more of like sisterhood. So there is that form of support. So that we're there to cheer you on. We're there to hold your hand. We're there to give you, say, yeah, you're doing well, because building your business can be very lonely, and if you're not in a space where you're constantly being encouraged and motivated and having people like Coach Deborah and the Church Girl CEO community, it can be very difficult. But if you're a woman of faith and you have a business, or even for career women, I mean, Church Girl CEO, I mean, leaders, if you're thinking about how do I get to the pinnacle of career, how to get to build my business in such a way that I as a CEO, then Church Girl CEO is really the place to be. I love it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, love you, love you. So, Ruth, tell people how they can get in contact with you, how they can work with you. And I'm going to put this out there. Y'all, don't be discouraged because, oh, she's not in the US. Let me tell you, we have worked together, and I'm in the US and she really is in Nigeria. We have worked together, we've done some things together, and you will figure out how to work. So for those of you that are like, I don't know if I want to do work with someone international. Child, girl, child, get out that mindset and just do it. So how can people work with you, Ruth?
Thank you, Coach Debs. So it's very easy. Send me a message, send me a DM either on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and then we can have a chat. It depends on what you actually really want to do. Right now, I have two offerings, the VIA disability, which is really for those who have had experience, have like a background, and you have a story, you really want to get out there. And yeah, I mean, it keeps getting better because right now I have links to the to Business Insider, Yahoo. I keep making it I keep bigger and better. For those who work with me. So at every point, something more. There are places to do that. And if you want to be seen and recognized as someone who should pay to speak, or if you're an author and you're thinking, how is this going to help me? Then let's have a chat. And so the other offering is the work, helping you to build out your online monetization. So if you're looking to create a course and create marketing such that you have a source of income that is plug and play. So you're receiving the coins and nobody is calling you and asking you, how do I log in? How do I do this? Set up, whether it's a teaching, big, Gabi, Patra, just give me a call and we'll get you set up.
That is awesome and amazing. Well, y'all know how we do. It's been fun. It's been real, but we got to get on out of here. I love you to life. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a great one. And I know that you've been enjoying this series, and make sure you connect with my girl, Ruth. See y'all.